Unleashing Your Inner Exception, how black women can redefine success through grounded femininity. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed listeners, prepare to embark on a transformative journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about success, femininity, and the power of the black woman's spirit. Today, we're diving deep into a concept that has the potential to revolutionize not just individual lives, but entire communities and industries. We're talking about becoming the exception to the rule. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the incredible woman who inspired this talk, Theresa Taylor. Theresa is a beacon of light in our community, a visionary whose work has touched countless lives. Her dedication to empowering black women is nothing short of revolutionary, and her insights have sparked a movement that's reshaping how we view success, femininity, and personal power. Theresa's impact extends far beyond individual transformation. She's catalyzing a shift in societal norms and expectations. Her work reminds us that when we empower black women, we elevate entire communities and pave the way for a more equitable world. Now, let's dive into this concept of being the exception to the rule. What does it really mean? It's not about being an anomaly or a statistical outlier. It's about redefining the rules altogether. It's about recognizing that the game has been rigged from the start, and instead of trying to win at someone else's game, we create our own. Imagine for a moment a world where your femininity isn't seen as a weakness to be overcome, but as a superpower to be harnessed. A world where your unique perspective as a black woman isn't a hurdle to success, but the very key to unlocking doors that others can't even see. This isn't a fantasy. It's a reality that's within our grasp, if only we have the courage to reach for it. But let's be real for a moment. We've all felt it, that nagging doubt, that voice in the back of our minds telling us we don't belong, that we're not enough. Society has spent centuries trying to put us in boxes, to limit our potential, to make us believe that our worth is determined by how well we can conform to standards that were never designed for us in the first place. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's time to shatter those boxes. It's time to embrace our femininity, our blackness, our unique experiences, and use them as the foundation for our success. It's time to become the exception to the rule. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I actually do that? I'm glad you asked. Let's start by exploring what it means to channel femininity from a grounded place. This isn't about conforming to stereotypical ideas of what it means to be feminine. It's not about being demure or passive or any of those outdated notions. It's about tapping into the inherent strengths that many of us possess: empathy, intuition, emotional intelligence, and the ability to build deep connections. These aren't weaknesses, they're superpowers that can set us apart in any field. Think about it. In a world that often values aggression and competition, imagine the impact of bringing compassion and collaboration to the table. That's what channeling grounded femininity is all about. It's about being secure in who you are and using your unique perspective to create positive change. Let me share with you the story of Dr. Joy Harden Bradford, the founder of Therapy for Black Girls. Dr. Bradford saw a glaring gap in the mental health field, a lack of resources tailored to the unique experiences of black women. Instead of accepting this as the status quo, she decided to become the change she wanted to see. Dr. Bradford faced numerous challenges. The mental health field has historically underserved black women, and there were those who doubted the need for a platform specifically focused on our community. But Dr. Bradford didn't let these obstacles deter her. She leaned into her understanding of the black female experience, her professional expertise, and yes, her femininity, her ability to create a safe, nurturing space for vulnerable conversations. The result? Therapy for Black Girls has grown into a movement, a community where black women can prioritize their mental health without judgment. Dr. Bradford didn't just create a successful platform, she changed the narrative around mental health in the black community. She became the exception to the rule. But Dr. Bradford's story is just one example of what's possible when we embrace our authentic selves. Let's talk about Chanel Christophe Davis, CEO and founding partner of Davis Davis and Harmon LLC. Chanel's journey is a testament to the power of resilience and embracing one's unique strengths. Imagine walking into a room full of men in suits, all of them looking at you like you don't belong. That was Chanel's reality as she navigated the male-dominated world of tax advisory. But instead of trying to blend in, Chanel chose to stand out. She recognized that her perspective as a black woman wasn't a liability. It was her greatest asset. Chanel used her unique insights to identify underserved markets and needs in the industry. She leveraged her ability to build relationships, her attention to detail, and her innovative thinking, all qualities often associated with femininity, to create solutions that her competitors couldn't match. The result? Chanel built the largest woman and minority-owned sales tax advisory practice in the country. She didn't just succeed within the existing system. She created her own path. And in doing so, she opened doors for other black women in the industry, proving that embracing our authentic selves can lead to extraordinary achievements. Now, I want you to take a moment and really let these stories sink in. Feel the power of these women's journeys. Imagine yourself in their shoes, facing seemingly insurmountable obstacles, but choosing to push forward anyway. That's the power of becoming the exception to the rule. But becoming the exception isn't just about career success. It's about transforming every aspect of our lives. Let's talk about Veronica Cisneros, a licensed marriage and family therapist whose work focuses on helping women transform their marriages and build confidence. Veronica's journey is particularly powerful because it shows how the principles of becoming the exception to the rule apply not just in our careers, but in our personal lives as well. Veronica faced challenges in her own marriage and professional journey. But instead of accepting these as unchangeable realities, she used them as catalysts for growth. Through her work, Veronica helps women recognize that their feminine traits, empathy, intuition, emotional intelligence, are not weaknesses to be suppressed, but strengths to be harnessed. She encourages women to use these strengths to improve their relationships, boost their confidence, and achieve their goals. The success of Veronica's approach is evident in the hundreds of women she has helped. These women have not only transformed their marriages, but have experienced personal growth that has positively impacted all areas of their lives. This underscores a critical point. When we embrace our authentic selves and change our mindset, the transformation extends beyond us and positively impacts our relationships and communities. Now, I can feel the energy in this room. I can sense that you're inspired by these stories, that you're starting to see the possibilities for your own life. But you might also be feeling a bit overwhelmed. You might be thinking, these women are exceptional. I don't know if I can do what they did. Let me stop you right there, because here's the truth. You are just as exceptional as these women. You have within you the same power, the same potential, the same ability to redefine success on your own terms. The only difference between you and them is that they've already taken the first step on this journey. So let's talk about how you can take that first step. How can you start becoming the exception to the rule in your own life? It starts with embracing grounded femininity. This begins with self-acceptance and self-love. I want you to take a moment right now and think about the qualities that make you uniquely you. Maybe it's your empathy, your intuition, your ability to build deep connections. These are not weaknesses to be hidden, but strengths to be celebrated. Next, focus on transforming your mindset. This is about challenging the limiting beliefs that hold you back. We've all heard those voices, the ones that tell us we don't belong, that we can't achieve our dreams. It's time to question those voices. Where did they come from? Are they really true? Or are they just echoes of a society that has historically underestimated and undervalued black women? Replace those limiting beliefs with empowering thoughts that align with your aspirations. Instead of, I don't belong here, try, I bring a unique and valuable perspective to this space. Instead of, I can't do this, try, I am capable of learning and growing to meet this challenge. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality. If you believe you can succeed, you're already halfway there. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about recognizing your potential and believing in your ability to overcome obstacles. Finally, take practical action. Knowledge without action is merely philosophy. Start by setting clear goals that align with your authentic self. Then create a plan to achieve these goals. This might involve seeking mentorship, acquiring new skills, or stepping out of your comfort zone to pursue opportunities. Don't be afraid to be visible and vocal about your aspirations. As Chanel Christoph Davis showed us, sometimes the path to success involves creating your own opportunities rather than waiting for them to come to you. As you embark on this journey, remember that becoming the exception to the rule isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about consistently showing up as your authentic self, embracing your strengths, and refusing to be limited by societal expectations. It's also important to seek out supportive communities. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and uplift you. This could be through formal networks or informal friendships. The key is to have a support system that encourages you to embrace your authentic self and pursue your dreams. Now, I want to leave you with a challenge, a call to action that I hope will resonate in your hearts and minds long after this talk is over. I challenge you to become the exception to the rule in your own life, to embrace your femininity, your blackness, your unique experiences as sources of strength rather than limitations, to question every can't and shouldn't that society has tried to impose on you. I challenge you to redefine success on your own terms, to create spaces where you not only belong but thrive, to use your voice, your talents, your perspective to create positive change in your life and in the world around you. I challenge you to be unapologetically, authentically you, to recognize that your worth is not determined by how well you fit into someone else's mold, but by how boldly you break that mold to create your own path. And finally, I challenge you to lift as you climb, as you become the exception to the rule in your own life. Reach back and help other Black women do the same. Because when we rise together, we create a new rule, one where Black women thriving is the expectation, not the exception. Remember, you have within you the power to transform your reality, your femininity, your experiences, your perspective as a Black woman. These are not limitations. They are your superpowers. Embrace them, use them, let them propel you towards your goals. You are capable of extraordinary things. You have the power to challenge norms, break barriers, and create new realities. You have the ability to become the exception to the rule. So I ask you, are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to embrace your authentic self? Are you ready to believe in your potential and become the exception to the rule? The journey starts now. It starts with you. It starts with the decision to see yourself not as society sees you, but as the powerful, capable, exceptional woman you truly are. Thank you.